A lot of important things went down in the previous episode, so before we jump to the next mission, let's quickly recap what happened. First and foremost, General Duke ends up joining the Sons of Korhal after we were the only ones to come to his aid when his battlecruiser crashed. He's obviously one of the more important characters for the Confederation, and now he's one of us. Secondly, we got the information out of one of the data disks that we previously stole from one of the Confederation bases, and it turns out that it contains designs for a Psi Emitter. Now, if I understand correctly, a Psi Emitter is essentially a small device that can be planted down, and the Zerg is very much so attracted to its location. It contains energies from psychic units, and it essentially amplifies that energy, and the Zerg very much so swarms on top of it right away. Now, Arcturus Mengs ends up theorizing that the Zerg may very well be created by the Confederation themselves in order to wipe out all of their rivals. I'm not entirely sure if that part is true, but it is a rather interesting theory. Now, secondly, and more importantly I suppose as well, the Confederation ends up discovering the location of the base of the Sons of Korhal on one of the moons of Antigua Prime. And instead of just immediately getting on out of there, Arcturus Mengs orders Kerrigan to plant down one of these Psi Emitters inside of that infiltration, that infiltration army's base in order to unleash the Zerg on the Confederation themselves. And I think that they may very well be wiped out here very, very shortly. The Zerg, lured by the Psi Emitter signal, descended upon the unsuspecting Confederate forces and annihilated them. So exactly what we anticipated. Once again, the Protoss fleet, under the command of High Templar Tessadar, arrived and incinerated the planet. The big push. Command ship Hyperion, holding perimeter orbit over Confederate capital world Tarsonis.
Greetings, Commander. Receiving incoming transmission.
The time of our final strike against the Confederacy is close at hand. Before we can strike at Tarsonis itself, however, we must break through the Confederacy's most potent defenses. General Duke will brief you.
I've defended Tarsonis in over 30 major battles, so I know its defenses inside and out. There are 3 primary orbital platforms that serve as staging areas for the Confederate fleet. If we assault the central platform, we should cause enough of a ruckus to allow a small force to break through the planetary defenses.
General, I'm impressed. I never figured you for the frontal assault type.
Well, the Confederates have Omega and Delta Squadron troops defending the platform. But they're nothing compared to my Alpha Squadron boys.
Right.
Interesting. I didn't actually expect General Duke to flip that quickly. I mean, we quite literally became friends with him, and now all of a sudden he's turning against the troops that he served for pretty much his entire life. I'm not entirely sure, but anyways, we got objectives in this mission once again. Eliminate the Confederate forces, and Duke must survive. So we're actually going to be playing with General Duke himself? Ooh, here we are. Oh, this looks like a big mission. Oh, General Duke is a battlecruiser. I mean, well, he's obviously commanding that battlecruiser, right? So we got a bunch of floating structures. We have a few dropships here as well, I guess, which is fine and dandy. I guess you guys are gonna do a little bit of exploring, because currently, while we do have 2 command centers and a whole bunch of buildings, we can't really do all too much with them without mineral patches. Ooh, I like missions like this, where we have to, like, lift up and get on out of there every time. We do, by the way,
Alpha Squadron never would have left this equipment behind. That's what I call sloppy.
Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get on over there. Flying over. Single building selection for the win. Alright, you guys get in there as well. Are those ghosts? Ooh, we got a bunch of ghosts now as well. You guys fit in there too? Cool. And I guess we'll just simply drop off all of the troops that we get over here. So there's already a nuclear silo. We got a control tower as well, so that's pretty cool. And of course we got a covert ops building here too, so I think we're gonna be able to plant that one down just like that. Do we have 2 bases? I'm not entirely sure. Let's go ahead and float over in that direction. Factory, I guess you should be at the machine shop. And you can use ghosts to target nuclear missiles. That's insane. I didn't realize that we would be able to do that. I mean, I guess we can't quite get started with that. Let's go ahead and create ourselves a quick supply depot here too. Do you think there's gonna be another base? We do have another nuclear silo, so I guess we could just land this command center over there. At least we can produce 2 SCVs at once. Oh no, there's actually a second base here too. So we're gonna have, or a second set of mineral patches here too. So we're gonna actually have quite a bit of income in this mission. Very interesting. Okay. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did really like the siege tanks in the previous one. I thought they were really powerful. Maybe we should try and see if we can play like a mechanical based composition.
Base is under attack.
We can always play Ghost as well though. What about like Ghost and then like a bunch of mechanical units like siege tanks and whatnot? I think that would be pretty cool. Terran Control Tower. I believe that one should be going on top of a...
Not enough minerals.
I believe that one should be going on top of a starport. So, oh hey, we got one over here. I was gonna say, I thought I had one. But it was flying about. Let's go ahead and plant that one down too. And very shortly, I'll be creating myself another supply depot here. Just because we're gonna have to build up quite a big eco in order to actually produce anything. So, we can indeed create quite a few upgrades here as well for the Ghost. I'm not sure how good they're going to be, but we can probably use one of these dropships to maybe fly around a little. See if there's any kind of potential, you know, any kind of potential army that we could kill here. I think I'm not gonna worry too much about the barracks though. I guess we can just use the Ghost that we got right here.
Not enough minerals.
And do we have a gas? Is there an extractor anywhere? Cool. Or is there a Vespian gas there rather? Extractors are not a thing, Lowko. We haven't heard about those at this point in the mission yet. Alright, let's go ahead and do a little bit of scouting then. See what we can see with this Terran dropship. But already, we actually have to manage a much larger base. Let's just discover at least most of the areas on the map. Now, I've seen a couple of people comment, by the way, that I should really consider every single corner on every single map. I'll be honest, I am not really very much interested in that. I don't need to discover every single area on the map. But I know there's a lot of people that are, like, very much so completionists, so they, you know, they view it as not a, you know, I know a lot of people don't view it as a mission complete when you don't discover every single area. Which I guess is fair enough. Oh, bunch of raids. RIP. Let's go ahead and send out my, my battle cruiser over there then. And let's also put some of these things in there. This is like really like... No. Can I... Hold up. Let's plant down that command center over there. Don't get me wrong. I like my my nuclear silo there, but that is such a poor position. Like a lot of these bases are such like poorly positioned that it makes it almost impossible for me to justify using the nuclear silo there. All right. I guess that's a little more effective.
Additional supply depots required.
Okay. So we found a bunch of units over in that area, which is fair enough. I guess we can also go ahead and start researching the siege tech, which I think would be a lot of fun. And of course, I do want to drop some nukes here too. I mean, if you get an option to drop nukes and I'm not dropping nukes, why am I even playing this game, right? Ooh, how good is this thing? Oh, he deals a lot of damage, actually. Does he have Yamato? He does! Woo! Alright, cool. Easily one of the most badass skills in the game. Okay, I think I do have a pretty solid amount of... I do think I've got a pretty solid amount of income right now. Could probably do with a couple more SCVs, but it's alright. Let's start up another siege tank, and then also the siege tech. For those siege tanks. Actually, I could use a couple more SCVs in this area, so let's go ahead and get that. And very shortly, I guess I'll put a fourth... I guess I'll go ahead and put a fourth SCV into that refinery, just because apparently the pathing here is a little weird.
Your forces are under attack.
That little attack from the battlecruiser is insane.
Not enough energy.
Oh, he doesn't have energy. Look how much damage he deals, though. It's insane. I like General Duke here. Let's go ahead and get the siege tech upgrade. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to do a whole lot, to be honest. Can I just walk over here, or do I have to fly? What's the range on that missile turret? Jeez. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to, like, you know, deal with that. Now, I do have a lot of excess minerals, and I don't have that much gas income, so I think it's probably a good idea to still create a bunch of Marines. Just because, I mean, Marines are minerals, and they're essentially free. But I guess Marine tank is never a bad situation or a bad setup. I should also, in that case, make ourselves a academy. Yeah, dude. You would just kill everything, though, right? Yeah, they don't have stimp back right now. There we go. He doesn't have nukes available, or I don't have nukes available right now either, but... I'm okay with this. We can create another nuclear silo, and let's go ahead and arm a nuke. And we should probably also be looking here to get ourselves the personal cloaking ASAP. Just because we can. I mean, cloaking is very helpful, obviously. We already get a lot of mineral income here, though. Maybe they're assuming that players are not gonna make this many SCVs. I guess I've played so much StarCraft 2 at this point in my life that I prioritize economy over almost everything else. As boring as it may sound to some people, right? Like, economy is just simply where most of these games are completely based. Like RTS games, even though a lot of people don't like talking about it very much, economy is like, without eco, you're not going to be able to do much. Like, much of anything, that is. Anyway, we do have the Terran Academy now. Let's go ahead and get the, well, stimp back upgrade then. I don't even know if I should use stimp back all too much, to be honest. I don't even know if I should use stimp back all too much, to be honest. Maybe I should actually really focus on the ranged upgrade first. I think the ranged upgrade, like I said, you know, it's essentially as important, I suppose, as the combat shield upgrade in StarCraft 2. Easy to forget, but without it, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot. Alright, so we got a bunch of Marines. We do have a nuclear silo armed right now as well, which is awesome. Cloaking is done. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here, okay? Nukes in this game, by the way, are terrifying. Opposed to the ones in StarCraft 2. You know, which can be scary too, don't get me wrong, but opposed to the ones in StarCraft 2, the StarCraft 1 nukes are far more powerful. Did I get siege modes? I did, right? Yeah, cool. I guess I could also make vultures if I really wanted to, but I don't mind my bio-based army. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh no. Whew, that was quick. I did have him cloaked there, but obviously there is gonna be a oh man, can I just nuke this? I want to nuke. Is that gonna be in range? It is. See the little red dot there? Come on! Man, I want to see the nuke. Stop. Stop! There we go. The nuke deals a lot of damage. I was wondering what that sound was. I thought it was a shot of a ghost, but it turns out it's actually a bunch of raids here being annoying. I don't know how many SCVs I lost there. I thought it was the ghost, like, shooting away at something. It did kill quite a bunch of things, by the way. Let's have a quick look. Did it kill that? No, I did not quite kill the missile turret. But I think we can advance onwards. You can be hotkey 6, I guess. And I think we're gonna make a bit of a move here as well. Although, oof. Very good. Let's go ahead and get the stimp pack upgrade. Stimp packs, though, pretty good, but I would say the siege tanks here are dealing the primary amount of damage. Can't lose General Duke. It's just that, like, Marines die so easily without Stimpack. It's kind of insane. Or rather, without medics. Like, look at that. That was a pretty good engagement here initially, but if you overextend for, like, a split second, you can actually lose all your troops in just a matter of, well, just a matter of seconds, really. Alright, so we're a couple of minutes later. I've made some of these little dudes. Let's see how this goes. This may go terribly. Or this may go terrible, rather. It could also go amazing. Kind of hard to say. I've got a lot more units in production, too. So I've got 4 control groups, by the way, worth of units. They die so easily. They die so quickly. Okay. That's another full control group once again. I guess we'll just simply, I think we'll just simply fill up our control groups again with new Terran Marines when they die. I also kind of want to take Nuke with me. Or Duke Rudder with me. Okay. I mean, I just made a whole lot of Marines. I just made a whole lot of Marines and a bunch of siege tanks. Right? Which I guess is not a bad way of playing it. I think you could probably contain or complete most of the campaign with just playing those units. I haven't even bothered about upgrades, by the way. I just come to realize. Like the complete noob that I am. Haven't even bothered with upgrades here. I probably could have gotten to 2-2 or 3-3 by now. But, you know what? I'm feeling confident here. What actually is our main objective again in this mission? Eliminate the Confederate forces? Alright. I think I'm doing exactly that, right? Although I have no clue how big this base is. Maybe, you know, just maybe, I should consider, like, putting down engineering base. Just, you know, because the upgrades are still going to be very helpful. You guys should probably start mining. That would be helpful. Or that would be good, too. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some of these dudes over here. I'm not really, like, I don't really want to use Stim all too often. I find Stim kind of scary to use. Without healing. I think I've said it about 16 times already during my playthrough here. But I guess our main objective is to just simply kill everything. We could have done so probably with Nuke quite, or with Duke rather, quite effectively. And Nukes as well, for that matter. Get him! Are you gonna be able to shut that down? Yeah, you can. One hero marine there. I think our main objective then is to just simply destroy everything, right? Which I'm okay with. Alright, I think you guys are gonna be hotkey number 5 instead, and I'm gonna, like, construct another hotkey group with another 12 Marines. So we got 3, no, actually, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 containing only Marines. And then we got hotkey number 5 with a bunch of siege tanks instead. Alright, very good. Alright, so I think I've cleaned up this area of the map. I think there's nothing hidden anymore in these, or in these corners. I think we're good. Have a quick little peek. I want to put my siege tanks in the middle of this, because I'm assuming they're gonna still push in. Oh, actually. Engagements? Really? At home? Where are you guys coming from? Is there anything in this corner? Nope. Just a nicely designed base. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. Let's go. You know what? 4 squadron. Or I guess one of you guys. Yeah, 2. You guys can go ahead and check up there. I think that's probably okay. Wait, did they just, like, are they doing some sick siege tank juggle there with those dropships? Okay. I don't know if there's anything hidden over there in that area. I can make more ghosts as well if I really wanted to, by the way, but I don't really think there's any particular reason.
Your forces are under attack.
There are units everywhere, though. There's, like, a lot of bases that we can potentially take here as well. Although I'm not sure how necessary that's gonna be.
Your forces are under
But I think our main objective is just simply roll over the map and kill everything we see, right? At least that's what it seems to be. I guess this is one of those missions, though, if you're like a new RTS player, right? And obviously I've been playing RTS games for probably the last 20 years or so. I think if you're a new RTS player, it may be very tricky to do. But I guess if you just simply know decent compositions. I mean, for example, when I was a kid, right? And I'm probably not the only one. Let me know down below in the comment section if I was. But when I was a kid, I would always go for the highest tier units.
forces are under
If that makes any sense. Like, if I could make... you know, for example, battlecruisers, I would make my army completely about the battlecruiser. I mean, Marines. Pff, those are low tier units. Who the heck cares about Marines? When you can make battlecruisers, right? I'm probably not the only one, but I never really considered units that are of a higher tier, or like a lower tier, I suppose, to be any good. Alright, so it's once again time to start fighting the base here. We're in the top left corner of the map. I've brought over more Marines and siege tanks. And I've also taken this command center over here because my main base is just mined out. You guys can go on hotkey group number 3. There we go. Alrighty, that's another base taken care of. Look at this one though. Imagine putting a command center right here in the middle. That's gonna give me a bunch of income. Anyway, so this, or I think that is that one taken care of as well. Oh, whoa, hey, what's going on? It's actually dropping units. The dropping in this game is surprisingly strong. Alright. Let's have a quick look with our hit squad here. I mean, that is General Duke in there, so he's probably going to be pretty good at, like, cleaning up most of these areas just by himself if you micro him really carefully. I think it's probably the, I think this mission is probably designed to try and nuke everything you see. I don't think we're playing this in the way that the developers had it anticipated, with only playing Marines and siege tanks, but we'll switch it up in the next missions, I think. We'll switch it up. If you got any recommendations, by the way, for like unit compositions that I should try out, let me know down below. Alrighty, so I got 5 control groups worth of units. I'm assuming that is gonna be enough, but, you know, let's get the siege tanks here on the high ground. Guys, stop shooting. Oh, man. Obviously, moving up ramps in this game is definitely not as easy as it looks. You'd imagine my units would just, like, after years of training, right? They would be able to, like, walk up and down, like, staircases, but not quite how it works. There's a lot of tanks here, though. Okay, you guys go in that direction then. There we go. I don't know how many siege tanks there are remaining. Look at them. Once again, dropship harass. Look at them. They're actually dropping fire bats on top of all of my troops. Crazy stuff. Very good though. This seems to work out. We seem to have a lot of units here moving onwards. It is teaching me the strength of high grounds, that is for certain. Also the strength of siege tanks in proper positions, because they most definitely deal more damage than anything else in this game. At least from what I can see. Okay, let's get these guys back over. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. Still flooding resources. Now that I've got this newly acquired base. Mining in, well, it's basically its highest capacity. Let's go ahead and put up these siege tanks here as well. And I think with this base gone in just a matter of seconds, or I guess minutes more, you know, is a little more accurate. Oh, look at that. That's a battlecruiser. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hunter Seeker, or not Hunter Seeker missile, Lowko. That is called, Yamato gun. Actually, it's called Yamato gun in this game. Interesting. It's called Yamato cannon in StarCraft 2, obviously. I actually don't mind the sound of Yamato gun. That sounds pretty good. Okay. Like, having all your units fight, as silly as that once again sounds, surprisingly tough. But I think we are getting rid of all of the troops over here. And considering there's only one corner remaining on this map, I think that that may very well be one of the last of the buildings. Maybe? You think? Oh no, there's a depot here. One cheeky SCV. There may still be another base hidden somewhere though. I think I'm actually gonna send Marines to every corner of the map just because I'm afraid I'm missing one, you know, one particular spot. Let's just send Marines to every single corner, see if we can pick up where that last building is located, because I don't think there's anything else happening here anymore. General Duke is alive. It makes most sense if it's gonna be up here, right? It does make most sense if it's gonna be up there. Where is it? Maybe over here? Yep. Yep. This has to be the last of it. Go ahead. Oh, he doesn't have Yamato gun. 150 energy is quite a lot. I think that this starport though. Look at them. There's not a battlecruiser. Like, for example, having siege tanks and marines on the same hotkey group doesn't allow you to actually use Stimpak. It's kind of insane. Alright, that control tower should be the last of the buildings, right? Right? Not quite. Not quite, actually. Where could the... Maybe over here? Ooh, we found another missile turret. You think this could be the last of it? I mean, that single marine is gonna gun it down here eventually. It's taking a little bit of time. 30 HP remaining. You think those count towards the... Yeah, they do.
The emitters are secured and online.
Who authorized the use of Psi Emitters?
I did, Lieutenant.
What? The Confederates on Antigua were bad enough, but now you're going to use the Zerg against an entire planet? This is insane.
She's right, man. Think this through.
I have thought it through. Believe me. You all have your orders. Carry them out.
So what you're telling me is that Arcturus Mengsk just gave the task to quite literally destroy the home planet of General Duke, and with that, probably get rid of the Confederation once and for all. That is where I'm going to be ending this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I wonder what's going to happen in the next one. If you are curious as well, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you get a notification as soon as I upload it. But other than that, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile or write. And I will see you guys in the next one.